Guys, it's Sarah with Grassroots Evolution, and I'm here to bring you a monthly message for the sign of Sagittarius for March 2019. So it's a little bit late, and I apologize for that, but I am working my best to get all of these March messages out. So keep the pieces that resonate for you with this. It is a general message. If you don't feel it's for you, don't force it, but know that no matter what messages we get through the cards or spirit today, guys, it's still up to you guys and your active free will and your choices and the steps you take to get the fulfillment that ultimately you'd like to see in your world. So always know that the power lies in your hands. I want to take this time to ask Archangel Michael to guard, guide, bless, and protect this reading, as well as any of you who would ask for it. If you want your angels and guides in your life, guys, all you need to do is ask. And I'm going to ask my team of light to hop in to join us and to use me as the clearest channel possible and the most far-reaching for any of you watching. So thank you so much if you're returning to my channel and watching me. It's awesome to have you. And if you're new to my channel, at the end of this, if I touch your soul or you resonate some way with it, it would be wonderful for you to click subscribe and join the journey with me. Okay, so let's get into this. As I was pre-shuffling the Psychic Tarot Oracle, it was popping, so I feel like it's ready to talk. So I want to ask for the sign of Sagittarius, please, Spirit, for March 2019. Can you tell me what is the overarching energy? Spiritual growth. Okay, so spiritual growth for March. It may be time, like I'm hearing, level up, and this is green as well, heart-centered, and this is walking our path in our true authenticity, and, you know, being very, very connected to spirit. But I think it's very important with this as well that we raise the roof, right? The more we ascend, the more we do our healing work, it raises the sky up above us, okay? So your body kind of makes sense. Spirit, what else can you tell me about spiritual growth? Thank you. Stand your ground. So, thank you. And we get deception and envy. I want one more before we talk about this. Please, Spirit, tell me. Thank you. Deception and envy. So I asked about deception and envy, and we have partnership and the Four of Cups, essentially, with boredom and spiritual strength and stand your ground. It may have taken a lot of strength. You may be dealing with a situation within partnership. You may have people around you. When I got the deception card here, I felt like this is people around you, and that's why it's been so hard. Like, you're standing your ground for what you believe in, and it's taken potentially a lot of spiritual strength for you to be here. But hey, man, I'm proud of you guys, because spiritual strength and standing your ground for what you believe to be true, it's not always easy to stand this ground. And he's sort of between both worlds, feet down but battle cry up. Like, come at me however you want to come at me. And I almost feel like these are the same light, okay? Like, whatever comes to you, know that you're protected. The world is not going to fall down and crush down on you. And I feel like with this mask, somebody may have been not just deception. It could have been someone's wearing a false mask in a relationship. It could also be just you needing to stand your ground to this kind of energy in your life. Be really, I heard, discerning. So we have this with the deception. It could also be, you know, looking at your partnerships. If there's a partnership that you've been in, this Four of Cups could also be kind of the things that it may be stagnant and within this partnership. Now, this partnership in alliance can be romantic, but it could also be like a career-orientated thing. Family, I'm hearing brother and sister as well, but it is just there's a partnership here. So the deception and envy could be coming from others around you outside of this partnership, or it could be two scenarios here that the deception and envy that you're kind of looking at is you're moving away from that, but it could have been, you know, be careful what you're standing your ground for and defending. You know, are you turning your back to all the colors and the wonder in the world to stare off and wallow in sadness? Because if you're doing that, that's not necessarily spiritual growth. Our spiritual growth means moving past all of those things and not using comfort. It's just one of the messages I'm picking up, but not giving ourselves too much leeway in terms of allowing ourselves to view stagnation and, yeah, it's comfortable, but we're not growing. To not trick ourselves here into saying, well, that's fulfillment. Right? Our spiritual growth is being able to see past our illusions and this deception, past any of our own self-deception. Stand guard for yourself. Stand your ground and remove any of those old paradigms that you may have. I'm feeling like with the deception and the discomfort in partnerships and alliance, this could even be like your own blocks to partnership and owning your power within relationships as well. And I am actually going to do a little plug here just for any of you who feel like you need a little bit of help kind of owning your power in relationship. I'm not sure if it was June or when it was, but I did do a video on owning our power within relationships. And if you're interested at all, it's part of it was from a book, and then we did pull a few cards, but on beyond codependency and owning our power and ways that we can feel safe in owning our power when we're dealing with other people. And this is also really important through partnership and relationship in general, be it with romantic partners or your day-to-day interactions, establishing boundaries for yourself. So just if anybody is interested in a little extra on this with the partnership, if you wanted to explore my channel, I believe it's called Owning Your Power Within Relationships, part 1, and there's 2 parts. So I just gonna end that part there, but know that the bottom of the deck here, we have your solar plexus and destiny, fulfillment of wishes, and your third eye. And I feel like if you connect with your intuition and you connect and you see through, your different perceptions, just your inner knowing, this is being very, very rooted in self, and you may want to be focusing on some solar plexus energy as well with this fulfillment. I'm drawn immediately to the yellow. Okay, it looks a little orange in this light, and I do apologize, but there is orange here too. And I feel like this is being confident and radiating confidence out into the world and not holding yourself back. Maybe some of this deception that kept you stuck in discontentment and boredom, maybe some of that was these lies you might have told yourself in a previous maybe not intentional, but these things that we tell ourselves, like we're not good enough or we're not worthy or there's no way I can ever do that. Well, I tell you, you can. So remove anything that would any self-doubt is what I heard, and really allow yourself to shine. Know that you are cool, right? Like, you be true to yourself and ascend. The truer you are to yourself in the face of adversity, the more spiritual strength you gain, and that takes a lot of confidence and the ability to stand on your own 2 feet, being centered and grounded within who you are and finding that your fulfillment comes to you. And I feel like with the spiritual strength this month, guys, you're going to be on a crash course with destiny. And I feel like some of you may know this, okay? So we have the third eye here, and we have the solar plexus. Being in tune with your intuition, right? That's part of our spiritual strength, is exercising these spiritual muscles. And removing yourself from mental conflict. And I feel like that's the bottom of the deck. Any mental conflict here, I feel like, would be from this deception and envy card. But if there has been a situation with people around you where you've had deception or envy, or, I feel like just someone getting up in your business and you've constantly had to stand your ground, and this has really been a spiritual test. keep standing your ground for what you believe in, and it's like those energies that are trying to get you down, eventually once they can't succeed, they sort of fall away. Okay, so don't fall down to other people's levels. You do you, right? And if they have problems and they're projecting and putting their perceptions into things, those are potentially a reality for them, but it doesn't mean you have to adopt those viewpoints as your own, right? Being discerning with who we are forging partnership and alliance with, who we're allowing to inform our decisions, and whose truth are we holding on to. You know, a classic example being brought into is, you know, when you're younger, if your friends don't like someone, you know, and your friends sometimes in relationships can really sway you, right? Whether or not you should be with this person or not. And I mean, I'm thinking high school, right down to popularity, things like that. And the more we age and we become more adults, it's not about that, it's about connection. So I feel like this is moving away from shallow partnership and into partnership that is divinely guided. Okay? And I feel like as well with this partnership will ask more of you. This partnership will ask you to see down to the truth of yourself and to work on making yourself the best self that you know you can be. And this is an everyday process. So if you are on a healing journey, I feel like, you know what, March is definitely a month of spiritual strength. And also March is a 3-month, which is a 3. It's about transformation. And it's about, today's March 13th, I'm doing it 313, just huge transformation available to us this month. And maybe it's going to take a little bit more spiritual strength for you to get to whatever you're going to, but I do believe that if you're following your intuition a little bit and taking the cues from spirit on, you know, what you need to work on and heal, fulfillment comes to you and you're going to have that Clyde destiny. And the message I get is sensitivity. This is from the Archangel Gabriel deck. And your sensitive feelings are your muse and inspiration for your creativity. Use that, right? Throughout our spiritual journey, we had to get in touch with ourselves. Our sensitivity. What did we feel, right? Opposed to the world around us. It's completely okay to have opposing viewpoints, different feelings, different standpoints. That's kind of what makes this big old world cool. But we have to be sure to be sensitive not only to our own feelings, but those of around us as well. And I do feel like your sensitivity, you need to be able to be sensitive with yourself, right? First and foremost, and to be able to feel what you need to feel, but as well as really anchoring that into your destiny, whatever it is that you do, whether I'm hearing like artistry and painting, or, you know, if you're a writer, you know, whatever it is, use your sensitivity to be able to better yourself, to make creative endeavors, you know, to do things that make you happy. And we have gratitude. And absolutely, gratitude is such powerful medicine. You attract more blessings when you appreciate your current blessings. The more you see right now that the world that you live in, you have the ability for this harvest is right at your fingertips, and there is always something to be thankful of. So being sensitive to ourselves, and even in the hard parts, being grateful that we have the ability to feel the things that we feel that make us human, because that is a gift in itself, to be able to have these experiences and feelings on such a deep level. But the more we can give gratitude out into the world, it's almost like just this positive affirmation of bringing back in. Okay? So I'm going to ask for a message from the Steampunk Tarot, and we're going to see for the month of March for Aquarius, what is some advice that you have going forward, please? Thank you. And we get the 8 of Swords. So this spiritual growth might have been taking a long time and series and cycles of entrapment. And I feel like that this is what we were talking about with the deception, right? The self-deception that has you kind of mentally conflicted and not sure where to go. And we also have the Hierophant that was underneath with the Ten of Cups. And there was, like, there's the Three of Cups in the reverse. Under here, there could have been a situation, if this is a love situation, there could have been a situation where this could be marriage, okay? This could be wanting to have it all, right? This destiny. And I feel like it's needing to move past these cycles of mental entrapment and not being able to move. And potentially this is what you've been in, but this month, the spiritual strength that you gain, it's going to help you kind of say, hey, you know what? Remove yourself. Because that's not the truth with this Hierophant. That's not the truth that you want to be telling yourself. That's not the focus. And this is about holding the keys to knowledge. And if you want to hold the keys to knowledge, you have to be sensitive to the information you receive. And this means not blocking yourself off, blindfolding yourself, and just not moving. It means that you could potentially be... This could be long-standing cycles of not seeing the truth in what fulfillment is. And this could be, as I was kind of feeling, allowing yourself to accept subpar standards within relationships. And this could be spirituality as well, accepting old spiritual beliefs that have you trapped and feeling trapped in fear. It's your choice here. You know, slink down. Okay? Yeah, you may have to go down, get off the floor, but right? It's your choice here to wallow in this. And I heard self-grief, and you know, everybody, you know, it happens, but rather than holding your truth in the hands of someone else, this mental entrapment, it's what needs to be worked on, okay? And it could, again, be, I'm hearing, like, previous relationships as well, or anything that's tainted you, your parents as well. Just take what resonates with your parents and what you saw as a relationship, what you saw as truth, what you saw as authority. This could even be times in a like of fear of authority, and fear of authority when it comes to the realm of love. But this could also be, it's time for a real, because this is a beautiful card, but it's also about completion. And it's like a completion to this cycles of not being able to go forward and not being able to even see yourself as an authority when it comes to love. And your ability to provide that for yourself first and foremost. But that is, let's see here, Spirit, tell me more about this. So the advice, more advice on this with the Eight of Swords, please. And this is the Three of Swords in the reverse. So this is typically upright this way, is heartbreak, deception, jealousy, envy, those kinds of things. It is removing ourselves from that mentality and removing ourselves from that state, because maybe this heartbreak is what's got you afraid. If you are constantly seeing heartbreak as what love and romance and partnership and marriage are, if this is what's been projected to you, I'm being drawn to gratitude. See the things that you now thank the universe, thank the stars for bringing that into your conscious awareness on the things that you like and that you don't like. Thank the universe for the wonderful things and ask to release the heartbreak and anything old and outdated within your patterns or paradigms of relationship that no longer serve you. And I know that is easier said than done, guys. I absolutely understand that. But Spirit's asking you to pay attention and be sensitive to what you feel first and foremost. What's your fulfillment? What's your destiny? What do you feel is your destiny? Open-hearted and allowing to go with the flow rather than kind of pushing back and feeling like really use the energy that the universe is bringing to you and use all that spiritual strength you have this month, guys, to remove yourself from entrapment and cycles of just creating heartbreak, because I feel like the heartbreak that's happening around you, we think what we create. So use your spiritual strength here, guys, to see past that envy and deception, stand your ground, and create the new partnerships that you'd want, one that are based on, first and foremost, potentially spiritual. So this could be with the divine and your personal relationship with the divine, as well as allow the divine to sort of guide the way in your relationships. It's just one message. So I'm going to call in a romance angel, and if I get cut off, spirit guys, I apologize, but spirit seems to know when they're done with me, and they have no trouble or no hesitation to cut. So spirit, thank you, and one more with this situation and guidance. Oh, we got a few. These were all in the reverse, but we have heart-to-heart conversation. Give your relationship a chance. Forgiving and learning. Okay, so it could take having discussions. We got romantic feelings and true love with destiny and new love. And I'm being asked to look at the bottom of the deck, which is express yourself and free yourself. And with free yourself, I feel like it's this, right? These negative self-doubts, these negative self-talks, this illusion or this constant worry about heartbreak. I'm just going to quickly just say, sometimes we think that it's easier to kind of hurt ourselves and stop things before they happen than have the disappointment of being rejected or turned down.